What's going on, folks? So here we go, and I'm looking at my second build that I've been thinking about for the longest, and it's not easy because it is a bit expensive, but compared to an electric bicycle that you like to purchase nowadays, and we are in 2020, almost 2021, it is at about $1,800 range for electric bike, but looking at the builds right now, as a matter of fact, if you go to my channel, you're going to see I have already one 48-volt build. It is a 35 amp hour, two batteries that I switch in between. One battery is 14 amps, I'm sorry, 15 amps hour, and the other one is 20. That gives me a 35 amp hour usage. Now, if I move forward, this is what I'm looking at right now. It's a Stealth or it's a Bomber frame. It's steel. It's got good component for a battery. I can do as much as 30 amp hour battery, 60 volt. I'm not doing anything less than 60 volt. I am not doing 48 because I already have 48. However, I'm thinking of keeping secondary battery for when my bicycle is totally empty on a juice, switch over to 48 volt and use that one small, simple battery that will get me a distance of 25 miles to go back wherever I need to go back. But moving forward, this is the project that I'm looking at. It's a very nice bike. Stealth makes bikes that about start prices about $10,500, which I'm not spending that much or nowhere near. These are the measurements. 15 centimeters is about 5 inches. Then you have 18.5 and so on and so forth. Your battery component and your storage. Pretty decent frame. Again, out of steel. The bottom bracket is a controller holder, which if I'm lucky and I know what I'm doing, I will be able to put additional 48 volt underneath. It is going to put extra weight on a frame, but this is all to be tweaked right after everything is built. Again, it is a great built steel rear fork. It suits a 4-inch tire, anywhere from 20-inch to a 26 fat bike tire. This is the top where the seat mounts that way, and in the back it's a shock. Okay, these are the side plates, and then you get your bearings. You got your butterfly for headsets. You got your on and off switch, which is very easy. Two wires, positive, negative, and you good to go. This is the seat post that the bottom attaches to the frame, and there you are. That's how the package comes in. We move forward to a different. I want to switch this guy to a different scenario. These are tires. These are speed controls. That's what I currently have. I have the 1,000 watt and the 15 watts controller, which I have both. Burned them due to the fact that I caused a short circuit and I had to replace them, which they usually from China go for $30, and I unfortunately had to pay the $50 price tag on it. Moving forward, don't mind my throat. My throat is really dry, so I'm going to cough throughout the entire video. I apologize in advance. This I have the LCD display for a 48 volt system. Therefore, I'm going to have to change it for a 60 volt display, which is this one is 24, 36, 48 again. But there's one for 72 and 48 and 60. If you keep looking, as you can see, the bicycle price is about $1,700. At Motors from the original website, they market it at $16.99 and free shipping and handling. So we consider that the entire thing is $1,700, and there's your 72 volt 3000 watt. But then again, you guys know these are the options that I have for my build. This is a disc brake adapter from 160 to 203. You definitely would have to increase the diameter of the disc brakes. My question is, what do I want to use? Do I want to use black, red, titanium, blue, gold, whatever? I'm thinking of red because it's a brake caliper and I want to stay that way. And I'll also put in red uh, disc brake. So we'll see. We'll see how that's gonna go. But I'm looking at red because I love red and blue. This is your hydraulic system, most likely. This is what I'm gonna do. Put the M365 Shimano, and of course we're going over to forks. Forks are a little bit tricky. This is a 20 millimeter through axle. Okay, then you got your shock for the rear, which probably I'll go with this one, or maybe something longer, like 200 millimeters. Definitely getting the bicycle, sorry, motorcycle style seat for bicycle stand bumper, fun name. And here's one that does 48 through 72 volts, 15 and 2000 watts at 18 MOSFET motor controller. This is for my son, probably a build that I do later, but here we go. This is what I'm interested with. So you go 26er and 27.5. I will definitely go with the 27.5, and I'm going to tell you why. Due to the fact that the measurements are totally exactly what I need. So I'm looking at the width of the tire, which over here is on the 76 millimeters, which is really nothing. You can barely fit a 2-inch tire. However, at a 100 millimeter, you can do that 2.5 tire to probably 4-inch tire. I know easily. I would have to look 100 millimeters. Hold on a second. Let me see something. 100 millimeters. Let me go 100 millimeters. So that's what we have over there, right? So let's do that. 100. The hell is 0? What the freak? Come on, where the fuck is a 0, man? Seriously, how you got no fucking 0 in this shit? Stupid ass. For me, this is retarded. I'm wasting my time. But anyway, I know. Oh, excuse me. Let me go back to it. But I know you can fit that 3-inch tire. Okay, I'm not gonna even delay my video on this garbage. So these forks are 219, 27.5 inch, and there is your motorcycle bicycle tire. Okay, so for electric bike or any bike, this tire is considered 24-inch diameter. However, a motorcycle wheel it is 19-inch. So adding the tire is going to be 24-inch regular bicycle, and this is through axle. And these are, what's up with the video? These are the all-terrain tires, and that's what you want. You don't want too much resistance. And we're gonna continue. These are adapters. These beautiful speed controls. I like this bike. Don't like the handle, so I'm not spending that much. There's another alternative, 26 1500, but you can the maximum you can put is 2.5-inch tire, and it's very tough to ride on it because that's what I have right now. Nice battery, nice kickstand that I have right now, original my mountain bike. If you want to see it, take a look at my videos. This is another thing I want to get, is only $10, but these are foldable pedals, which definitely will work. I like to fold them and forget about them, if you may say so. There you go, street tires. That's definitely what I want to get. High profile, nice and low profile. Okay, it's not, the wall is not really that high, 5 inches. It's barely 2 inches, so it's a stiff tire. It handles really well, and that's what I need. There's another shocks that I've looked at, but it's got 9 millimeter quick release, and I don't like it. You got oil or air. I just don't know if it's gonna fit, so I'm not gonna experiment. The original was thinking to put the tire, regular wheel with nuts and bolts on the regular fork, but through axle, it's more suitable for what I'm looking right now. This is another non-brand Rehab 1500 watt. The guy's asking 185. Not gonna get it. There we go. So now you have this kid right over here, $38 for well, it goes from 24, 36, 48, 60, 72. So if you're doing a system that originally started at 48 and then you're gonna run over to 60 and eventually 72, that's exactly the display you want to have. Very simple, very easy to use, and very nice and does the job. Now here you have 36 volts, 72 volts, all the way from 36 72, 48 amps, okay, which amps, what that means is I've had my bike at 30 and man, the pickup is great and takes over like a rocket. It's very nice, but my wires kind of melted. I was going up the hill, I just melted because the amps were drawing lots of power from the battery. But if you on your 60 volt system, if you have 30 amp hour amp battery, that 100 amps, it's going to be not a problem. Or at this point 45 amps. Another one is 45 and 100 amp, and it's that 100 amp, man, it's like Tesla. 3 seconds and boom, you're going to do 45 miles an hour. Of course, crankset, gotta put one. I'm not gonna put nothing big. I don't care. I'm not gonna pedal it. Okay, so I'm gonna do single one. Less cluster, less problems, less issues. This is another one that I do like. Okay, boom. This is I don't even know what shock is this. Not even Zoom, is it? I think it is a Zoom. What does it look like? Oh no, these are all knockoffs, so it's not. Oh shoot, it's not like they're gonna last forever. Maybe they might start leaking. I might have to actually even service them after a year. So we got your disc, your screws. I like gold because I can see them at night if they all are there. So the reason I buy light color for everything that is very very important is so I can inspect it at night when it's very dark. So if I have, let's say, red brake cylinders and brake shoes and calipers and all that, I can very easily inspect it at night, grab it and see if it's moving. Of course, got to get a heavy duty cover, so when I keep the bike in the yard, it's going to be locked and it's going to be covered so nobody can look. I also have a cameras in the house, so nobody, I mean, if anybody steals it, I mean, I can very easily pick it up because his face is going to be all over my video. There is also torque arm, boom, right there. This is the one I really like, even though it looks awkward, but it's very nice. It doesn't have a two-piece system. It's a one-piece system. It's not going to go nowhere. So I definitely suggest this. So these are controllers for the system I have right now. Okay, as you can see, that one was 49. This one is 34. This is 1,000 and a 1,500. I had originally 1,000. I upgraded to 1,500. Burned both of them accidentally with touching two wires, causing short circuit. So I went over with the 1,500 watt. Not impressed. You know, whatever. Could be better, but it is what it is. And we're gonna continue down, and this thing is ridiculous. See, that's 48, 72, 100 amps. Very expensive, overpriced, but you know what? It really works well. And this is it. So let's see what I have in my card. Move this forward there. Alright, so here you go. Foot operated air pump. Definitely got a must have. Okay, very easy, very cheap. It does wonders, especially a bicycle. Very small. You can put it into your backpack and go from there with that. Move this guy over here. Okay, so it is very beautiful. Great cylinder seal. Nice gauge. Excellent. Doesn't, I always fucking misplace them. I don't know where. Next is going to be, here we go. Boom. A 120 volts from 5 to 120. This one, so when you have a thumb throttle and you have a display of your voltage, it will fluctuate up and down. Every time you accelerate, it will go down. Every time you let go of the thumb throttle, it will go back up, right? Long story short, I know my battery, my 48 volt battery shuts down at 42. With this monitor, it will gradually, let's say, go, let's say, was it 52, then we'll go, 51.9, and then it will decrease. But every time I accelerate, it won't go up and down; it just stays steady. So it's a current confirmed system for the battery. It doesn't fluctuate up and down and doesn't give you misleading information. Once you reach at 42, your bike will shut down. You can lower that to 39. I wouldn't play that much with it. That's one. That's two. Here we go. It's a step down from 60, 42, or 48, whatever you got. So this one, this case is 20, 60, 24, 36, 48 volt to 12 volt. Okay. You can connect, like I connect my front light and my rear lights, okay, to the bicycle, or straight. What you're doing is straight from the battery or your bicycle battery. You connect this, and it just draws 12 volts over to your accessories. In other words, making a 60 volt system capable of pushing a 12 volt accessories. All right, so that's that. Very useful, very nice. All right, so here you go. Rotary kit. And when you have an upper part of the frame, I would like to drill all these special holes for that voltmeter reader and everything else. Okay, here's your connectors, your XT60 plug, male to female. Gotta have them. Sometimes you gotta connect certain things with a thicker wire gauge. This is a 12 gauge, pretty thick. 10 would be exact for a battery of 60 volts, but this one would handle it. So definitely get those 4 pieces. Come on, Jesus. Now we have different ones. This is a waterproof electric connectors. As you can see, they're very famous to be using those in a car, boats, everything else, because they are waterproof, and this is definitely what you need. And these are your 12 volt accessories. So rather than soldering and connecting everything, permanently, you pretty much take these two, heat shrink them, and they work plug and play. Beautiful thing, very clean, very organized. Definitely suggest that one to use for your electric bike needs. There's your temperature meter. Okay, so the way this one works is, you can see, get too many cables. However, the one on the right, the black and the red, that's your positive, negative. You cut the harness out, and you have positive, negative, and this is your sensor right over here, the steel rod. That is your sensor. There's a switch switch from Celsius to Fahrenheit. I usually go by Celsius on the temperature because I know 100 Celsius, it's boiling point, and you really definitely want to stop your bicycle, your motor. You don't want to melt anything, so you really want to stop before 100 Celsius. So you cut those 2 wires, take the harness out, connect it to a battery. This battery is only to work at a 12 volt. Okay, so only what it is for is the light, the background light. Okay, the temperature sensors, the metal rod. That what you do, you insert it in between the battery cells, which when the battery has a wrap, plastic wrap, you put it in there. So every time you remember when you take the battery out, you have sensor connectors, so you have to remove the sensor from the batteries, and so you don't rip it off. Now what that does is tells you current temperature of the battery. So if you see a battery increasing rapidly, you probably want to stop and see what's going on, maybe let it cool off or so. Good insurance for kind of like future problems that will overheat your battery. You gotta just find a sweet spot where your battery is sluggish. That means it's overheating, because that's what it does. And then look at the temperature. Okay, my battery becomes sluggish at, let's say, 98 Celsius. Therefore, I'm not gonna go above that. Okay, so that's that. Now this is enclosure box, waterproof electric enclosure. So what I want to do is, I want to, instead of drilling all these additional holes in my bicycle frame, because you see it's a beautiful frame, I'm thinking of putting a box like this, putting 2 screws, 2 washers, and installing that on the top of the frame. And instead of drilling 5 big holes for my meters, I will do that in this one. Maybe I'll pick a bigger one or whatever, or maybe not that thick. Well, we'll see how that's gonna go. But so far, this is the one that I'm looking for, and that's about it. Let's see, what else am I looking at. I'm looking at, okay, so this is waterproof, easy to install electric bike pedal assist. This is your forks. This is your fat tire. This is the one I picked, which is 24 inches. You can see this is a 24-inch system. Okay, and this is a 1500 watt rear hub motor, a 319 plus $135 shipping. Don't forget shipping and handling, also taxes, custom dues, and all that shit. So it's everything's included. That's why I like eBay, because PayPal won't let them ship it and charge you additional fees when it arrives to U.S. Customs. U.S. Customs already aware that the custom fees have been already paid. So that's excellent. There's the frame that I put it for later. There's the wheel I put it for later. And these are the switches. Bella, relax. My dog's. I said these are the switches. So instead of drilling all these holes, so let's say I would do a tail light over here, first one, a headlight over here, and pretty much that's two switches, tail light and headlight. Okay, I might be happy to, let's say, install signal. So I would do, on the left I would put left signal, and I would mark it left signal. On the right I would put right signal. So every time I make a signal, I can, of course, if I am on streets, I would press the left signal, left goes on, and whatever. So far that's solid. Two switches, which is for back and front. So you have temperature sensor, voltage sensor or meter, and headlight and tail light, or I can headlight and tail light, I can do both together. So that's three switches. Okay, two about this yang, and these guys. Okay, so it's not so horrible. Okay, boom, there's my tail light, which also comes with a brake light and all that good stuff. Okay, so you get your brake light, goes off really good. What I'm thinking originally, just put those two wires, or just brake light on all the time, so it stays this way very bright. In the back, these are the wires. Back is always negative, and the rest, when you get negative, and each individual wire is for something else. It could be for signal, it could be for brake, or it could be for steady daytime light. Okay, so that's what they are. So if you only, let's say, connect, let's say, a brake light, that's how it's going to stay, and that's how it's going to be, and that's most likely what I'm going to do. Keep it at bright red light. Keep it that way. It is LED, not going to consume lots of power. Again, so probably the yellow wire is for signal, the blue wire is for the other signal, and so on and so forth. Okay, so it's not like, you definitely got to get the negative in, and the rest, when you touch it with positive, it will go off. Okay, so the negative is probably the black. You put that black negative, and then every individual is plus, which is positive for power. So every time you touch the plus, something should go off. These are hard to see, scared to work with, but very easy to operate. So once you test it, see which one does what, you can get it very easily working. Okay, it's a very nice, very visible plate. I'll probably put some sort of plate in the back, like New York, like Brooklyn. I got one that says Mad Max. So it's awesome, custom feature. It looks very clean, looks very nice. It's a beautiful lamp, most likely used on scooters. Very visible, and that's exactly what we want. Not bulky whatsoever. Very durable, waterproof, sealed, gorgeous. You should go with that. There are hundreds of different styles, but this is to happen. I like this one. This one is your whole saw drill bits. Okay, the titanium, they're actually for concrete, for tiles, and so on and so forth. I might have to drill one hole for the switch. See, that's already 4 holes, because I gotta also do the switch. So I don't want to drill all these holes in my frame, because now how the hell you cover them? So, but also it will take and drill in plastic really quick. So I'm not, after I clean it, should not impact the durability of the drills. But definitely have that, so I can do a nice, beautiful circle. I can see they have shallow side walls, so you can, whatever you took out, and push it out, because usually that's the problem. Then you cannot use it if it sticks there. This is another alternative that I could be using, which is your signal, your horn, your high beams, your low beams. Same concept. Each wire does something else. You take the negative to negative, and you touch the other one, and it shows you what it does. Lots of wires going through. It's a doable. It's a great idea. I might give it a shot. You never know. This price is $15.99. It's not gonna put me back and break my piggy bank. Okay. Continue it. Now this one is a beautiful thing for a 48 volt system. which I might install on the site because it is very beautiful design. I just love it. You got the power switch on, and it just, you make the hole with that nice circle saw, and the circle saw, and it comes out just like that. Okay, minus positive, beautiful, easy to do, and you connect it straight to the battery, and boom, there it is. Okay, it's gorgeous. It's a beautiful design. It looks very clean. Continue. We should, the adapters, they should pump this no longer available. We're gonna remove that guy. Come on, remove it. There you go. Now your brakes still here. Okay, they're usually here. $56 for both. Not a cheap brakes. Good quality, good condition. These are discs. These are 200, 203, $82 for pair, front and back. Back, beautiful. Now this is the headlamp I was talking about. 5.75 diameter inches. These are your holders. Okay. So these are your fork holders. Okay, comes with a housing, but this is the light itself. So there's a power input which has 3 rods. If they're gonna show. There you go. Okay, so you have your high, your low, and your daylight. So again, we're gonna do one minus, or one negative. See, low beam. Do one negative, and then we can connect our high and lows together, or put the high and lows onto the switch and do it that way. So again, beautiful design, nice and clean, beautiful, beautiful looking 5.75 LED headlight, angle eye, with mountain housing bracket, and do that, and hollow, and motorcycle news. Beautiful, beautiful design. Love it. Can't go wrong with it. Okay, so that's that. And that was the last thing, which is beautiful, and it will make this bike look just perfect. So I can go ahead and order that, and it would be, I believe, well, that's let me see if that's what it is. Boom, 8 items. Okay, pump, voltmeter, downstep, rotary saw, wires, connectors, temperature, and a box. $113, $9.22 in shipping, and $9.22 in taxes, and zero for shipping. All right. So these are the things that I would get first. With that, I don't necessarily have to stick with the build that I have currently in my head. But if I go over, and you saw what I have put for later. Okay, so but that's the goal. That's the thing. That's the build. All right, folks. So I'm gonna get out of here, and you guys let me know if this is a good build with 2.7 forks with that frame. So forks are 226, frame is 300. That's like 550 right there. Body is another 500. So that's 1,000 right there, and a few things in here. You're talking about same $1,800. I'm gonna use BMX bars that I have currently right now on my bike. Look into my channel. See if you like it. It's a 9-inch race wheel, front handlebars, BMX style. Love it. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna stick with that, and I should be good. Should be good. So for my budget, I'm doing $2,000, which is a lot, but that's includes batteries, a good quality batteries, and 30 amp hour battery. And so I'm going to definitely use the 20 amp 48 volts battery that I have right now, and that's going to be connected to a secondary system with a switch. No big deal. Everything's going to have to be controlled by a switch. The 48 battery and the 60 volt battery. So if I need the last minute juice, I'll switch over to 48 volt, and I won't be riding as fast as 45 miles an hour. Just keep it at steady at 25, 34. All right, folks, I'm out of here. You be good. Don't forget to subscribe, and I am going to turn this off. And make sure you share, and you let me know below what is exactly that I should be doing or getting. If you have any ideas, I'm open for all the ideas. Be safe.